So I signed my car wash client, my first car wash client, I think like 2 years ago at 2250, and then they just kept adding locations. I was actively proving that my leads were legit. I was doing sneaky surveys, welcome texts. I was doing customer research. And the reason why it was working so well is because he was packaging up and selling that. And so what he would do is prepay me for like 90 or 120 days of Facebook ads and customers and things like that, which made it easier for him to sell his franchises to somebody else. Imagine if McDonald's was going like, "Hey, you're going to get everything, and it comes with prepaid marketing, and it's got a long history of results," it's much easier to sell that than, "Hey, here's your stuff, and good luck with the marketing." And so that's how he was selling it. He was selling it for a very pretty penny. I was effectively part of his package, which was cool. And what was happening is after the third or fourth month expired, they were just simply not renewing. I would have the conversations like, "Hey, your marketing is working, your revenues are up, your dollars are up. It's not because of XYZ one, two, and three. It's not because of obviously your employees aren't working. It's not because we sent you 15 phone calls and you told them not to come or for whatever reason." And then they would just not renew. And those clients ended up just naturally closing out. At one point, he was paying me $10,000 a month, which was really darn cool. And those contracts had like 80% margins. It was all copy and paste. Everything was copy and paste. It was fantastic. In fact, we had 3 locations in Miami. But here's what's interesting: the people that bought the franchises were not operators. They were very, very bad at being business owners. They were just the worst types of human beings ever. I would go to Bayside, that's in Miami. We had a car wash location paying me money, and I would turn on their ads, and they had one employee and a line of 18 cars. And I would call the business owner and be like, "Hey, what do you think about your business?" He's like, "Business is horrible. The numbers aren't working. I don't like this. Marketing is bad." I go, "Your marketing is great. There's 18 people lined up. You need to hire people." "We don't have margin to hire people because of blah, blah, blah." Well, I can't help you there, buddy. We had another time in Dadeland Mall. Uh, we sent 3 sneaky surveys, 3 secret shoppers. One of them was Jonathan Nieto. The other one was my dad. The third one was me. We called the business. We called them. They didn't pick up the phone. We called again. They didn't pick up the phone. We called the third time. They picked up. And I said, "Hey, I'd like to schedule a car wash." They're like, "Okay, we'll call you back." And then they called me back and they left a voicemail saying like, "Hey, now's not a good time. We're super packed. You should come by next week." And like that is absolutely like the worst thing ever. Like they very clearly said, "Hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm super psyched. Can we get you prepaid and set up a run and give you an appointment? The first appointment we have is for tomorrow at X time. Can we ask you to show up on time? Because we're super packed and we want to make sure that you get your service as intended." Instead, they just told me to come back next week, which means that they won't. And then they didn't call back my dad, and I think they told John Theato to simply not show up. They're too busy. And that again and again and again. And when there's bad business process, it's really hard to justify marketing. And so the nail that broke the camel's back, the nail in the coffin, and the straw that broke the camel's back was this type of recession. I was feeling it in January and February where they were like not picking up my phone calls. They were like not excited about renewing. And as they naturally closed out, but I always got a call like next month saying, "Hey, business is bad. Can we do marketing again?" But I didn't get the business is bad phone call. Instead, they just closed up shop. So that's how the car wash client relationship ended. I was part of my CEO's package where like they would sell the franchise, everything was set up, the employees were trained. We even had like additional training and marketing, and it was all done. It was a package, and he was like flipping these franchises absolutely great. And then as the marketing timed out, they would not renew, or they were just bad business, so they didn't have money to reinvest in marketing. Or when they did want to renew, well, the recession came along. And so I think I took like a pretty big pay cut there, right? As such is life, and that's how it works.